Hi, I'm Amanda Edwards, and in this video I'm going to talk with you about psychics, mediums, mystics, what all of those words mean, and whether you should trust what any of them have to say. I identify myself as a mystic now, after many years of doing work in connecting with spirit, which to me is a gift that has been a lifelong ability that I only knew how to use after years of development and study and practice. I have strong extrasensory senses, and many people, all of us really, have these gifts of intuition, empathy, our ability to feel what other people are feeling, a sense of impending doom. Sometimes we get a gut feeling in our belly that something is wrong, and then it turns out that there's confirmation that something bad did happen. All of those things are invisible but real senses that human beings have. Just like other abilities that we have, such as musical gift, the ear that you have musically, that's sort of an ineffable quality that's hard to explain until you see it in action. A psychic is anyone who is very keenly tuned in to psychic energy, anything that is nonverbal, invisible information that you can pick up in an extrasensory way. A medium has that psychic gift and is able to expand it out into the realm of people who've died, souls that have left physical life. And that's a really unique and specific gift that is included in my work as well. A mystic can do all of those things and also has a particular divine focus. Mysticism goes back thousands of years. It's essentially the devotional path of someone's connection to the divine, their sense of awareness of the ethereal truths of the universe, their personal attunement to spirit and divine influence in their life. You see examples of mystics in every religious tradition, from Catholicism to Hinduism, Buddhism. Mysticism is about tuning into that part of the universe that is quietly behind life affirmation, goodness and love between people, new creation, creativity, inspiration, fun, delight. All of those positive messages are infused in divine readings. So I've chosen to use the word mystic for that reason, that it is my personal path in life. I also know that language speaks loudly. One of the things that made me choose the word mystic for my work, rather than calling myself a medium or a psychic, is public opinion. Just the way I rarely identify myself as a Christian anymore, even though my family tradition and my faith is more oriented toward the life of Jesus and the Holy Bible and Christianity, the word Christian has become so vastly associated with the conservative Christian movement in the United States, the religious right, political views that are extremely divisive and not aligned, I don't believe, with the teachings of Jesus that Christianity is meant to be founded on. So I rarely use the word Christian anymore because I feel in our culture it has come to mean something different from what I feel it means. In the same way, I don't really say medium or psychic about my work as much because those words carry heavy weight as far as the media's presentation of people who are trying to swindle you or make up stories about dead people who've passed and come back to haunt you. There are so many different connotations that psychic and medium carry that I don't feel align with my work. So I had to make a clear choice with a word that does apply to my tradition, my work, and my focus. Now on the question of who to trust. It's very important that you know you go into any reading with a certain energy, a certain set of beliefs, thoughts, habits of thinking that will steer the reading as much as the person who's sitting across from you doing the interpreting of messages. So their energy and your energy are in conversation with any spirit presence, any divine influence that is invited in as part of the conversation as well. So every reading is essentially like a triangle of the sitter, the reader, and the divine influences that are coming into the conversation. All of those energies come together in a special sort of chemistry that can be a beautiful flow of message, delivery, and understanding, or it can be very jumbled up by complex thinking, difficulty interpreting, and difficulty understanding. We are complex as human beings. So a psychic can have really strong extrasensory gifts, but they also may be tangled up in a lot of their own personal history or their own personal motivations that might cloud their judgment or cloud their ability to deliver messages that are helpful on your path. So know that it's not just a simple telephone call that a medium or a psychic gets from the spirit world. There is great degree of human involvement and energetic involvement that can change the outcome. Ideally, the person doing the reading has made a very deliberate, intentional effort to clear their own energy. I go through many steps before every reading, and really as part of my everyday life and living, to prepare myself to be the most clear vessel, the most clear channel for my clients. My preconceived opinions, my negative moods, even my physical being and how healthy I feel. All of those things I try to keep in their best shape so that I can be the best help for the client sitting across from me, or on the other end of the phone, or in a Zoom session. The other part is that I make clear to the listener what they should be expecting from the reading and how their participation is influencing the messages and the receiving. I want to be very honest about how that works, how I believe it works, how I've seen it work in my experience, so that the listener can really participate as effectively as possible. Some people come in and want to test me and see how good I am at psychically intuiting details about them. And while I feel I'm up to that test, it's not really the best mood for a reading. It means that the listener has sort of walled themselves off, waiting for proof, and the flow is a lot more stilted. I always tell people they don't need to feed me details, they don't need to give me answers, but when they participate with either confirmation or, I'm not so sure about that, I'm confused about what you're saying, any kind of conversation that the listener brings to the reading helps feed the flow of conversation with spirit. Above all, the most important thing to remember as you're thinking about consulting with a medium, a psychic, or a mystic is that you go in with your most open-minded, clear heart, positive thoughts about the outcome that you will get from the experience, and a good, solid awareness of your own intuition and your understanding of human beings. The psychic or medium or mystic you're speaking with is a human being, and they're doing their best to deliver something to you. But you get to decide how you take that information, what you do with it, and any questions that you ask of them. So I always say to the question, should I trust a psychic or trust a medium? Most of all, above everything, you should trust yourself. You have your own built-in intuition, about whether the person delivering a message has your best interest in mind, or they are tangled up in their own issues. If a lot of the messages you're hearing are gloomy and negative, or critical of the things that you've done in your life or other people around you, how helpful really is that to moving you forward in a positive way in your life? I hope this helps you make some good decisions for yourself as you consider the wide array of spiritual services that are being offered in the world today. It's a good thing to take charge of your own spiritual life and to be curious about what's going on in the universe. So enjoy that exploration, and please feel free to reach out to me for a reading or any questions that you have at my website linked below, and I'll look forward to connecting with you.